Hey there, good people of YouTube. A lot to cover today. The markets are mixed. There's a lot of green out there, but we also have just as much stocks that are flat on the day, and the whole thing is sprinkled with a lot of red stocks. And let's look at crypto. So even though there is green, it is barely green, and there's just as much gray and red stocks in the mix there. These are very choppy mixed markets, and they're beginning to show some signs of the decoupling of stocks and cryptos from whole sectors or from following the trend of the overall market. So what is decoupling of the stock market? Decoupling is when a stock that's been tightly correlated with other stocks or even whole sectors in the past basically no longer moves in step with those other stocks, the sectors, or the overall market, which means that we're seeing some companies that are having the beginning signs of moving up or doing well even before the overall market has recovered. Of course, those are the ones that we are on a hunt for. That's what I'm spending my days looking for. I'm going to touch on the market overall. I want to highlight this comment from a video I did August 12th called New Penny Stocks. The markets can continue to climb higher and even push through that resistance if, and it's a very big if, a handful of things stay in balance. Another one of the factors that's going to enable markets to climb higher is the strength of the dollar. It needs to remain stationary or even go lower. When the dollar is strong, markets are weak. So I warned here that the only way the markets would go higher is if the dollar went lower. And let's check out what the dollar did in the following days. The very next day and for the next 10 days, it pumped straight up, which has led us to the recent pullback that we've been experiencing. I'm pointing this out today because the dollar has slowed down and may be giving us a double top pattern. If we fail to go higher and fall from here, we're likely to get another push up on the markets, which would be great. Or if the dollar shoots up and breaks this double top pattern, we're going to have a very red week ahead. And I've said this to you guys before. There is a strong correlation right now between the markets and the dollar. If you want to track the dollar yourself, you can use the ticker DXY, which stands for the US Dollar Currency Index. I want to point out the candlesticks that we're getting on the dollar chart. So 2 days ago, we had a green one, which was yesterday, which showed that it was rejecting an upward trend. And then today we've got a red one, which is actually showing a rejection of a downward trend. So we've got to keep a very close eye because we're moving sideways, and whichever direction this ultimately breaks out will tell us what the expected move forward is going to be. So on the same video on August 12th, I gave you guys a small cap TCRT, Alaunos Therapeutics. I originally mentioned this stock July 5th when it was at $1.10, and I personally bought it at 98 cents. But on August 12th, I reiterated it as a buy at $1.65. I gave the ideal support of $1.50, which I know that some of you waited for it to eventually reach. A few days later, I covered it again, and I told you that it was looking very bullish, and perhaps the best strategy would be to start buying $50 a day or whatever your budget would allow you over the next 7 to 10 days, buying midday to get a good average price before it popped. So today it is on fire and has jumped hard. From the day I first mentioned it, we're up right now 60%, and my options plays on this stock are up 200%. I know there are a lot of you guys that joined me in this trade, and there's just as many of you that put buy orders in that never got filled at $1.50. So we have to have a family meeting. I'm giving you guys great stocks, one after the other, and I take my time to try to teach you why I like them and what the charts are showing us. But I have limitations on YouTube, and we aren't trading these shoulder to shoulder. So I want to stress today, I don't want you guys to miss out. I want you to learn the charting that I'm teaching you so you can make these calls and basically learn to fish on your own. If I'm bringing you a stock and talking about it more than once, it's because I think it's bullish. So my price prediction on TCRT, it looks like it wants to hit 289. I have not sold any of mine. I've just raised my stop loss to $2.18. I want to hear from you guys in the comments who bought it. It's time to ring the bell. Let me know what your guys' winnings are. Okay, let's talk about Peloton. Earnings were worse than expected. News read Peloton shares plummet after company reports a big loss and declining revenue. I was up on what I sold the night before, but barely got out of my position after earnings near a break even this morning. Playing earnings is very risky because it can go either way. If the earnings had been a surprise to the upside, the options would have gone berserk. It's always good to take some profits right before the earnings release because of that. I think that the Peloton company is one that's worth following. I think the price has largely bottomed out in recent weeks. It's going to give us some powerful swing trades in the days ahead. I'm going to be keeping this one on my radar, and I will bring it back to the table for all of you guys, I'm sure, in the days ahead. Let's talk about my other stock pick that I gave you guys on Monday, Sanopta, STKL. On Monday, the price was $9.95. That's when I gave it to you. Today, it hit $10.70. I told you if we get a daily close above $10.64, that we should see this thing take off. I'm going to point out to you the crossover of the 100-day moving average, the red line, over the 200-day moving average, the green line, as well as the bullish RSI above the 50% mark and the fact that it's climbing. I'm not going to tell you guys to buy this stock because that would be financial advice. And this is just for educational purposes. And if you're learning, then you should be making some money. Don't sleep on that education, my friends. Since this is up quite a bit already this week, if you're going to get in, then you need to consider a tighter stop loss and for sure a stop loss no lower than $9.89. I feel like there's going to be a future video on STKL. Again, let me know in the comments section if you got into this one and how you guys are doing so far. In a moment, I'm going to touch on VERB, but before I do, let's talk about the comment section. I got back to a lot of you on yesterday's video. A lot of you didn't follow the rules about only giving me one stock. I must have spent 5 hours looking at stock for all of you. Lucid, Volta, SoFi, Mullen, Tesla were some of the popular requests. You guys were getting your money's worth yesterday. And on that note, how do you compensate me for those rendered services of fine stock analysis? By showing the love and hitting that like for me. Thank you. Family, say hi in the comments. If you're new to my page, my goal is to bring actionable market data. I'm trying to make it super simple and clear and teach you guys what I know. I'm not just trying to give you picks. Don't miss the plays though. Check and make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell. Watch out for the scammer bots. I'm never gonna ask you guys to DM me on WhatsApp, Telegram, and Instagram. Right now, you can only find me on YouTube and the MooMoo community, where I am posting content that I do not share on my page. I'm posting there daily. There is a link to the MooMoo app in the top pinned comment, as well as the description of the video. Now, these guys are offering their most generous incentive to date, 13 free stock and 10 free stock if you just deposit $100. Man, when I started my trading journey back in the day, they didn't give us anything. Every buy and sell order cost us $10 just to trade stock. Y'all newbies are spoiled. These exchanges are throwing cash at you. The free stock that you get on MooMoo can actually be worth up to $32,000. It's only good right now till the end of this month. And I specifically chose MooMoo as an affiliate because I did my research and I thought that they were a great platform. I love the MooMoo community. You can search for me on the app under the handle Stocks with Josh, and you guys can join our daily chat there. We're going to be making money on the MooMoo app. Okay, let's talk VERB. I bought some more VERB today. I've been buying this zone faithfully. It's always hard when a stock is not on an upswing to take a position. But if you buy it when it's beat up, then you're going to make the biggest profits. You have to take the biggest risks. So I'm going to repeat. So what I made and invested into Peloton, I rolled it into VERB at 50 cents today. And our goal is still to double our money again on that play. But we make money every day on this channel, and I'm giving you guys good plays for you to consider and to learn from. I expect to see continued decoupling of stocks this week as we are still in choppy waters. I haven't closed my SQQQ position. I'm still up on that, but let's see how Friday goes. That's when I think the fireworks may really show up this week. Leave me a comment, family. Feel free to ask questions. I love hearing about your guys' success. As always, thank you guys for joining me. Stay focused. We are making money. Peace and blessings, my friends. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.